Imagine waking up one day and realizing that climbing a flight of stairs feels impossible. Your legs feel weak, unstable, and unable to support you like they used to. The truth is, leg strength is one of the first things to fade as we age, but it doesn't have to be this way. Today, I'm here to warn you about 10 bad habits that may be silently stealing your leg strength and mobility. By avoiding them, you can stay active, independent, and full of life. Leg strength fades faster than most people realize, and by the time you notice it, the decline has already begun. It's not just about age. It's about daily habits, movement, and how we treat our muscles over time. Many seniors assume weakness is inevitable, but the truth is, muscle loss happens primarily due to inactivity. When your legs weaken, everything else becomes harder. Standing up, walking, climbing stairs, even keeping your balance. Suddenly, the activities you once did effortlessly feel exhausting. And that's where the real danger begins. Weak legs mean less stability, which leads to falls, injuries, and a decline in independence. The shocking part? It doesn't take years for this to happen. Studies show that significant muscle loss can begin in as little as a few weeks of inactivity. But there's hope. The body is designed to adapt, and by changing simple habits, you can keep your legs strong, mobile, and full of power. One of the worst habits that accelerates leg weakness is sitting too much. Think about how many hours a day you spend sitting, watching TV, using the computer, reading, eating meals, or just resting. It adds up quickly, and unfortunately, the body responds to inactivity by shutting down muscle function. When you sit for long periods, your leg muscles aren't engaged, circulation slows, and your joints become stiff. This isn't just a comfort issue. It's a long-term risk to your mobility. Sitting too much also leads to poor posture, back problems, and weaker core muscles, all of which make standing and walking even harder. The longer you sit, the more your muscles shrink, and the harder it becomes to regain lost strength. But there's a simple solution: movement. Your legs need to be used regularly to stay strong. If you sit for an hour, make it a rule to stand up and walk around for at least 5 minutes. Take small breaks throughout the day, stretch your legs, and engage in light activity like marching in place. Even better, incorporate exercises that activate your leg muscles. Calf raises, squats, and gentle lunges. These movements keep blood flowing, muscles engaged, and joints flexible. If walking is difficult, start with short distances and gradually increase. Every step counts, and every movement helps fight against the decline. For those who think, "I'm too old for exercise," understand that strength training isn't about lifting heavy weights. It's about keeping your legs active in ways that match your ability. Resistance bands, chair exercises, and even simple standing movements can make a huge difference. The key is consistency. Small daily efforts lead to major improvements over time. Leg strength isn't just about fitness. It's about maintaining freedom, independence, and confidence in your movement. By reducing sitting time and making movement a priority, you're not just preventing weakness, you're actively strengthening the foundation that carries you through life. Whether you start with small steps or a full routine, the most important thing is to start now, because your legs are counting on you to keep them strong. Your legs are not just for movement, they are the foundation of your independence. The strength and flexibility of your muscles determine how easily you can get up from a chair, walk up the stairs, or even maintain your balance on uneven ground. The problem is, as we age, muscle mass naturally declines, and flexibility decreases unless we take action. The key to preventing this? Regular strength training and stretching. Many people assume these are only for athletes or bodybuilders, but they are actually essential for everyone. especially seniors. Without strength training, your muscles slowly weaken, and without stretching, they become tight and less responsive. This combination leads to poor posture, increased joint pain, and a higher risk of falling. Leg exercises don't have to be complicated or time-consuming. Simple body weight exercises like squats, lunges, and leg raises help keep muscles engaged and strong. Resistance bands are another excellent tool for maintaining leg power without putting too much strain on your joints. Even if you're not comfortable with traditional exercises, movements like standing up from a chair repeatedly or going up and down a step can significantly improve leg strength. Consistency is the secret. Just a few minutes a day can prevent the slow decline that leads to weakness and mobility issues. Think about the weight you carry when you hold on to anger, resentment, or past disappointments. It's heavy, isn't it? Like carrying a backpack filled with stones, each one representing a grudge, a betrayal, or a moment where someone let you down. The truth is, that weight doesn't hurt the person you're angry at. It only holds you back. Life has a way of moving forward, and if you don't let go of the burdens of the past, they will anchor you in a place of bitterness. Forgiveness isn't about excusing what happened or pretending it didn't hurt. It's about freeing yourself from the endless cycle of replaying the pain. Every time you dwell on a past hurt, you relive it, allowing it to steal your peace over and over again. But when you choose to let go, something amazing happens. You take back your power. You no longer let a past situation define your present happiness. You no longer let someone else's actions dictate how you feel today. People who have lived long enough understand this deeply. They've learned that forgiveness is less about the other person and more about themselves. They choose to move on, not because the other person deserves it, but because they deserve peace. The energy once spent on resentment can now be redirected toward joy, toward relationships that uplift, and toward a life that feels lighter and more fulfilling. Just like holding on to grudges, chasing perfection is another exhausting habit that drains happiness. From an early age, we are conditioned to believe that we must be the best student, the best employee, the best partner, the best parent. Social media amplifies this by showing curated versions of people's lives, making us feel like we must measure up. But here's a secret that only those who have truly lived understand. Perfection doesn't exist, and the pursuit of it only leads to frustration. Think about the times you hesitated to try something new because you were afraid of failing. The times you held back from speaking up because you feared judgment. The moments you spent obsessing over every detail, only to realize that no one else noticed. The need to be perfect is a prison, keeping you from experiencing life as it is meant to be, messy, unpredictable, and beautifully imperfect. The happiest people are not those who have everything figured out, but those who embrace life as it comes. They laugh at their mistakes, find beauty in imperfection, and understand that flaws make us human. They don't waste time overanalyzing every decision or trying to control things beyond their power. Instead, they focus on doing their best and accepting that sometimes good enough is truly enough. Imagine the relief of letting go of the impossible standard of perfection, the joy of creating, learning, and experiencing without fear of failure, the confidence of knowing that you are worthy just as you are. When you release the need to be perfect, you don't lose anything. You gain freedom, peace, and a life that feels truly authentic. Imagine waking up without feeling rushed, without an overwhelming to-do list dictating your day, without the pressure to fill every hour with productivity. For so long, we have been conditioned to believe that being busy means being successful. that a packed schedule is a sign of importance. But as we grow older, we begin to understand that life isn't about how much we do, it's about how much we truly experience. The happiest people aren't the ones who run from task to task without a moment to breathe. They're the ones who slow down, who savor their mornings, who take time to enjoy a good meal, who make space for meaningful conversations. They don't see rest as laziness, but as a necessity. They don't feel guilty for pausing because they understand that rushing through life only leads to exhaustion, not fulfillment. Think about the times you've felt truly happy. Was it when you were overwhelmed with obligations, constantly checking the clock? Or was it in those quiet, unplanned moments? The sunset you stopped to admire, the laughter shared with loved ones, the simple joy of sitting with your thoughts? When you give yourself permission to slow down, you begin to notice the little things that make life truly beautiful. We live in a world that glorifies being busy, but those who have lived long enough know that happiness comes from balance. It's not about abandoning responsibilities, but about making time for what truly matters. It's about knowing that success isn't measured by how full your schedule is, but by how full your heart feels at the end of the day. And yet, one of the biggest obstacles to happiness is the habit of comparing ourselves to others. We live in a time where everyone's highlight reel is on display, where social media makes it seem like everyone else has a better life, more success, more excitement. It's easy to fall into the trap of feeling like we're behind, like we're not doing enough, like we don't measure up. But here's the truth. Comparison is an illusion. No matter how perfect someone's life looks from the outside, they have struggles, insecurities, and moments of doubt, just like you. The happiest people don't waste energy competing with others. They focus on their own journey. They celebrate their progress, no matter how small. They embrace their own pace, knowing that life isn't a race. Think about how much peace you would have if you stopped measuring your worth against someone else's timeline. If you stopped thinking you need to have what they have, do what they do, live like they live. The moment you stop comparing, you free yourself to enjoy your own life, to appreciate what you have, to recognize that your journey is uniquely yours. There is no single path to happiness. There is no perfect timeline. There is only the life you create, the moments you embrace, the joy you allow yourself to feel. When you let go of comparison, you gain something far more valuable: contentment, gratitude, and the ability to find happiness exactly where you are.